Your recording audio tutorial video about how to set it up in Soundtrap for your podcast projects. First, I am in Soundtrap. When you're recording, you first want to make sure that you're in an area where there's not a lot of outer sound. I'm not using my external microphone. I'm not using headphones, but using headphones can help. Making sure you're in a room where there's not a lot of extra noises. Making sure you're close to the computer so the microphone can pick you up, because we don't have external mics. But those are all rules that you want to make sure. But the biggest one is in an area where it's nice and quiet. But I'm going to click add new track and then voice and microphones. And you want to make, if anything pops up saying, do you allow Soundtrap to access your microphone? You want to click yes, obviously, or it won't let you record. But I have it set, see MacBook Pro built in. If you have anything else there, you can do it. Sometimes AirPods will work as well. But first I want to check my levels by clicking right here. And so we'll help you set the right levels for recording if you're using computer's built-in mic or a USB mic with no volume controls. So I'm going to start test, and I'm just going to keep talking and talking and talking, and it will set the volume for me so I don't have any clipping or distortion, because we don't want that. So now that's probably a little too loud, so I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to set that, and I'm going to change this. Double click where it says mic. I can change it to my name. So you want to be able to distinguish in your podcast between each host's vocal track. And now that this is all set, I want to hit start recording. And it will record whatever I want, and it will keep going. And because I have this record enabled, it did that automatically for me. If that wasn't red, then this recording wouldn't work. And I'm going to hit stop. And it will record whatever I want. And so you have a little bit of background noise because you can hear the highway behind me, but not that much. Now, as a test, I'm going to turn off record enable and try and record in this track. Let's see, it automatically just turns it right back on for me, because you need to have that set in order to record. See, there it is. Let's see, it automatically just turns it right back on for me, because you need to have that set in order to record. Now, the last fun thing about podcasting and the way I have this set up, because I picked podcasts and not music, number one, it has seconds and minutes up on the timer instead of measures like we did before. So you can measure when you get to 5 minutes for your podcast. And you can also use interactive transcripts to edit your podcast with text. This is a Soundtrap thing. But if I click in here, it will transcribe exactly what I said. See, it's going to keep going for a little bit, but you can use this to submit a transcript if you need to submit a transcript for me, or double check and make sure everything that has been said was understood and you didn't get anything you didn't want to. I'm going to awkwardly keep talking until that finishes. See, there we go. And I can highlight, if I want to reorder things, I can move things around using this, but it's just a cool extra tool that Soundtrap has. Now, last thing, remember I can use my zoom buttons. So I have this extra little bit of pause right here where you can hear highway noise before I start talking. I can delete that. Let's see, it automatically. So I start talking right about there. I'm going to zoom in, click, do my Control E, and cut it. So now I see it automatically just turns it right back on for me, because you need to have that set in order to record. So that's how you can do your audio editing to make sure that your podcast sounds as good as it can be.